Have you ever wondered what secrets lie hidden within the serene river that flows just a few kilometers from Lahore's bustling streets? Today, I will take you on a captivating journey where the complete biography of River Ravi will unfold before you. And I guarantee that its fascinating details will leave you absolutely spellbound. This magnificent story begins in the mysterious heights of the Himalayas, where in the Chamba district of Himachal Pradesh, near Barabangal, at a breathtaking altitude of 4,000 meters, small streams emerge from the glacial peaks of the Dauladhar range and converge. The most intriguing aspect here is that Ravi's actual birth occurs through the romantic merger of two glacial streams, Badal and Tankari, like the eternal union of two legendary lovers. In ancient Sanskrit texts, this divine river was called Iravati, which literally means the one with abundant water. During the Vedic period, this river was so sacred that sages established meditation centers along its banks. In the Rigveda, it is mentioned as a fierce and powerful deity who serves as the guarantor of prosperity and productivity. When this magnificent stream emerges from Himachal's mountainous terrain and enters the Punjab plains, its transformation becomes spectacular. At Madhapur, it crosses the India-Pakistan border, and here lies a dramatic geopolitical reality. Under the 1960 Indus Waters Treaty, this is technically India's exclusive river, but ironically, its importance is greater for Pakistan because Lahore is situated on its banks. At Madhapur Headworks on the Indian side, there exists a sophisticated water distribution system that diverts Ravi's water into multiple canals. The most controversial aspect here is that the upper Badal Tankari canal, which originates in India, has a Kasur branch that is crucial for agricultural irrigation in Pakistan. This dependency relationship forms the foundation of delicate water diplomacy between both countries. On the Indian side, there exists impressive infrastructure of major dams. Chamera Dam, completed in 1994, serves as Himachal's electricity backbone with a capacity of 1,071 megawatts. Ranjit Sagar Dam, also known as Theen Dam, became operational in 2001 and generates 600 megawatts. The most recent addition is Shahpurkandi Dam, completed in 2022 with a capacity of 206 megawatts. Now comes the interesting story of Ravi's entry into Pakistan. When it steps into Pakistani territory near Narowal, its flow pattern completely transforms. From here begins a 720-kilometer journey that eventually concludes upon merging with Chenab. When Ravi passes through Lahore's Shahdara area, the historical significance here is extraordinary. During the Mughal period, Emperor Jahangir's famous tomb was built on its banks because he considered Ravi's melodious sound as a symbol of eternal peace. In the memoirs of Shah Jahan's daughter, Princess Jahanara, there are mentions that seeing the moonlight's reflection in Ravi's waters inspired her to compose her most beautiful ghazals. There exists a mysterious legend that Guru Nanak Dev Ji delivered his famous spiritual discourse on Ravi's banks. According to local folklore, unusual tranquility can still be felt at this location, and ornithology experts have observed that migratory birds stay here for longer periods. However, the most tragic episode in Ravi's history is the 1947 partition. When mass migration began, refugee camps were established on both banks of Ravi. The heartbreaking detail here is that thousands of families saw this river for the last time when they were leaving their ancestral homes. Testimonies recorded in oral history projects reveal that many people threw their house keys into Ravi's waters, symbolically leaving their past in the river's custody. In the devastating history of floods, the 1955 flood is particularly significant because it completely isolated Lahore's old city. Water reached 6 feet in the courtyard of Badshahi Mosque, and the foundations of the Red Fort suffered serious structural damage. In 1973, when an unusual monsoon pattern affected Punjab, a unique phenomenon was observed in Ravi. Normally, this river's peak flow occurs in July-August, but that year, extraordinary water levels were witnessed in September. When meteorologists investigated this anomaly, they discovered that rapid melting had occurred in Himalayan glaciers. During the devastating floods of 1988, Ravi temporarily changed its course. Agricultural lands that had been fertile for centuries suddenly became riverbeds, and areas that were previously dry became permanent water channels. This geographical transformation remains visible today in Kasur and Narowal districts. During the flash flooding of 1992, an incredible rescue operation took place. Pakistan Air Force helicopters evacuated more than 2,000 people from Ravi's flooded areas. But most amazing was that local fishermen used their traditional boats to save countless lives. These boats, normally used for fishing, became lifelines for stranded communities. In the historic flood of 2010, Ravi's behavior was particularly intriguing. While other rivers overflowed their boundaries, Ravi demonstrated relatively controlled flooding. Hydrologists' analysis concluded that Ravi's channel capacity is naturally more efficient compared to other rivers. During the Kashmir flooding of 2014, an unusual weather phenomenon occurred in Ravi's upper reaches. Natural occurrence of cloud seeding created extraordinary precipitation patterns, causing traditional flood prediction models to completely fail. But now, in 2025, Ravi has demonstrated its true power, shocking all of Lahore. At the end of August, when unprecedented monsoon intensity forced Ravi beyond its boundaries, modern Lahore's luxury housing societies that considered themselves absolutely safe became disaster zones overnight. The most dramatic scene was at Park View Housing Society, where thousands of affluent families watched their million-rupee properties drowning in floodwater. This society, located at a premium position on Moulton Road, saw water rush into its rear blocks like an unstoppable army. Residents report watching their luxury furniture, imported appliances, and precious belongings floating helplessly. The most ironic aspect was that the protective embankments guaranteed by developers washed away like paper before Ravi's fury. When water levels at Balloki headworks reached 211,395 cusecs, this figure represented not just a number, but proof of modern urban planning's weakness. Extraordinary scenes were also witnessed in Metro City and theme park areas. Recreational facilities and shopping complexes designed for family entertainment became evacuation centers. This unique aspect of contemporary flooding affects not only traditional riverine communities, but makes urban elite equally vulnerable. From an economic perspective, Ravi's importance is astronomical. Regarding agricultural significance, Rachna Doab, the fertile area between Ravi and Chenab, contributes 35% of Punjab's wheat production. The soil quality here is so exceptional that international agricultural scientists call it a natural laboratory. The depth of cultural impact is absolutely extraordinary. In Punjabi literature, Ravi's mention serves not merely as geographical reference, but as emotional metaphor. In Bulleh Shah's poetry, the phrase Ravi de Kinare symbolizes spiritual awakening. In Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan's qawwalis, Ravi's melody is compared with divine music. The current scenario of environmental challenges is alarming. Industrial pollution has seriously compromised Ravi's water quality. Recent studies indicate that heavy metal concentrations have reached dangerous levels. From a wildlife conservation perspective, it is concerning that migratory bird populations have experienced a 60% decline. According to future projections, climate change may dramatically alter Ravi's flow patterns. With the current rate of glacial retreat, there is a risk of 25% reduction in summer flows by 2050. The recent flooding of 2025 has taught us a harsh reality that before nature's power, all guarantees of luxury housing societies, protective walls, and modern infrastructure become meaningless. The flooded blocks of Park View Housing Society, Metro City's submerged facilities, and theme parks' underwater entertainment zones prove that Ravi still retains its ancient power. These are not merely statistics, but questions of livelihood for millions. Ravi is not just a river, but an organic component of Pakistan's cultural identity. It stands as a silent witness to the rise and fall of empires, a resilient survivor of tragedies and triumphs, and an eternal reminder that until we properly respect nature, it will continue teaching us lessons of our vulnerability. Nevertheless, as long as its waters continue to flow, the Pakistani spirit will never die, because we have learned how to live with rivers, even when they challenge us.